Seem nothing even matters. Seem nothing even.
Peace and blessings, family, and welcome back to A Queen's Crown. Today we are going to talk about a few random things that you should know before and after being crowned. Also, I'm going to do my hair in a triple bun, so we'll see how that turns out at the end. But before we get started, please, if you are not following The Queen's Crown on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, or TikTok, please do so. Also hit that thumbs up, that share button, and the notification bell so that you can receive notifications every time A Queen's Crown goes live, posts, or shares. One of the first things that many people do not know, if they haven't maybe did their research or if the loctician did not explain to them, and that is when you are done being established, your ends are loose. They are hanging out. That is part of the interlocking process that helps us to start the locks that we put in your hair. And with Sisterlocks, that hair is left out, but it will lock. I know a lot of times people are like, what am I supposed to do with this hair? I didn't know all this hair was going to be out, and they kind of go a little crazy or bananas, and it is okay. That hair being out will lock. Do not cut it. If you want to tame it a little bit, you can do braid outs, twist outs, things to kind of keep it more in. But do not cut those loose ends, because if you do, they can unravel. And if they unravel, it will take your hair out, and then you have to put those beautiful locks back in. Your ends being out are just temporary. They will lock. Now, how long will it take for your ends to lock? I can't say. It just depends on the nature of your hair. Some people will say I locked in 6 months. Some people will say it took me 3 years. It depends on the nature and the DNA and the genetic makeup of your hair to determine how long it will be before you lock. But you will lock, queens. You will. Patience is a virtue. So we'll pause right there and we'll start with our hair. I'm going to remove my glasses. So what we're going to do today is a triple bun. And what the triple bun is, I already have a part right here on the side. You want to part your hair on the side here. And then you want to just take it across the back and make another part. Depending on how big you want your bun on the top determines, how far back you go with your part in the back. Keep in mind, it may not be completely straight. But you want to take this much. So it's almost as if it's kind of centered on the side here, this hair in the middle here. And you just want to kind of take your fingers and comb through it a little bit just so that you can get a smooth ponytail. So once you comb that hair through, you're going to put it in a ponytail. The more hair you put in at the top will determine how high your bun is. Also, if you have short hair or you were just established and your hair is not this long for you to be able to put it in a bun, but it has the little puff or the little poof ball, you can leave that. That will also be cute. And so instead of us putting it in a bun, it will just sit up here like a little poof ball. And you'll be able to do that for all 3 buns that I'm going to show you today. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this hair and we're going to twist it down. The next thing that I want to talk about is, will my hair fill in? People will say my hair is gappy and spacey. Will it fill in? There are 3 types of density: low, medium, and high. Low meaning those who typically have thinner hair. Medium would be something like mine, not really thin but not really thick. And then high for those who have thick hair. Those of you who may have low density hair, there are some things that you can do to increase the density of your hair. Shampoos, gently washing your hair when you are massaging your scalp. Just be very gentle. Get those hair follicles stimulated a little bit. There are different techniques that you can actually look up online or Google that will give you many ways on how to increase the density of your hair. Will your hair fill in? Yes, it will. It takes time and it is a process. So our hair didn't thin overnight, so it will take longer than overnight for it to fill back in, but just be patient, it will fill in. Now at this time I'm standing up so that I can turn around so that you can see how I'm going to do the back of my hair. What you want to do is you just want to kind of take your two hands like this and kind of pull it to the back. This will kind of help you guide to figure out where you want to take that hair. And then just use your fingers to kind of just part it, just to make it a little even. Keep in mind, the more hair you have into a ponytail, the thicker it will be. And just use your hands to kind of feel to see if this is good. I like the way it feels, so I'm going to turn back around. I'm going to pull my hair. My two little ends here, I don't necessarily pull it in, but I do kind of pull it like this to kind of blend it in. It probably will fall again at some point, but for now I'm just going to pull it in so that it looks neat. I'm going to take my hands and pull through it to just comb through it. Make sure that it's all straight. Now that I've combed through my hair, I'm going to take my ponytail holder and I'm going to put it in a ponytail. The next thing I want to talk about is people will say my dry scalp or dandruff is getting tangled into my locks. I can't get it out. One, let's make sure that it is not buildup. Sometimes we can get buildup in our locks from product, which we really should not be using too many products. With Sisterlocks, that's one of the good things, is you should be product free, but you want to make sure that it's not product. Try using clarifying shampoos, cleaning cleanser shampoos, things that will help reduce or eliminate some of that dry scalp from getting into your locks. If you're noticing that you cannot get some of that dandruff to come out, or it seems like it's still just getting in with your locks, try taking a Q-tip, putting it in some olive oil and rubbing it through your scalp. It will break up a lot of that dry scalp or dandruff that may be stuck to your scalp. And it'll also help when you go to wash it from it just breaking up and sitting in your locks. Try sectioning off your hair and washing your hair section by section, just so that you're not doing a big wash and trying to get it all in there, because sometimes we just miss spots. So what you want to do is you just want to take this and you want to wrap it. And for those of you who may not have your hair long enough that you can wrap your hair around, take a rubber band and just put a rubber band around it to hold it. If you're noticing that that buildup still seems to just be sitting there, you may have to go through your hair regularly. If your lock comes out, please get to your loctician so they can put it back in. Unless you live really far and it's going to take you, more than 30 minutes to get to them, try to go back and have them put any locks that may slip out. A lot of times around the crown of our neck, the back of our head, around our ears, we'll notice that our locks will come out. Sometimes if we're wearing hats or headbands, things that will cause them to slip out. Just get to your loctician so that she can put them back in, because every time they go back in, it starts the process all over again. So you want to make sure that all your locks are kind of going through the process at the same time. You don't want to have some over here locking, some over here not locking. You want to try to keep everything together in a smooth process, as smooth as possible. You don't want that loose hair to mat up and turn into a traditional or regular lock. And then lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to take this last bit of hair here and we're going to put this hair in a ponytail. Keep in mind, at any time, this top bun, this middle bun, if you decide you want to leave this hair hanging down because you just like this style like this, you can. You choose how you want to do. Be creative. These are just suggestions that I'm giving. But we're going to take my last ponytail holder. We're going to put this hair in a ponytail. And this will conclude our last bun. The last thing that I want to talk about, and this is just very simple. It may sound like what, but it's something that a lot of locticians try to stress. I try to stress it, and I just want to point it out to you all as well. If you are sick and you have your appointment with your loctician, please reschedule. I know we are busy and we have busy lives, and sometimes our reties, our relaxation time, but at the same time, keep in mind that this is the loctician's job as well. And in order for her to complete her job, she has to be well and healthy. And if you come when you're sick and you get the loctician sick, now she has to miss out on work and unable to make money. Keep in mind, the loctician may also work a regular job as well, and this may not be her only job. So let's just be considerate as to rescheduling when we need to. If we are sick, it is okay. We will reschedule your retie appointment. If on the day of the establishment you may have a runny nose or you may not feel well, talk it over with your loctician. See what they recommend. Some may say, oh, you can still just come. But just be considerate that everyone may not say the same thing. So if you're not feeling well, please let's reschedule. That is all that I have for you today with some of the random things that I wanted to speak of. I have completed my hair, so I will do a full circle for you so that you can see what it looks like. So this is the full view circle. And some people can call this a mohawk bun or bun mohawk. I just call it a triple bun, but I guess it does give it that mohawk look as well. So I hope you all like this hairstyle. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, if you are not following the Queen's Crown on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, or TikTok, make sure you do so. Also hit that share button, that thumbs up button, and that notification bell so that you can receive notifications every time a Queen's Crown goes live, post, or share. I'll see you all in the next video. Amani Na Upendo family.
It's the vibe for me, it's your vibe for me. Do you see me out there vibing free?